It's just unique, it's different, it's not a vanilla price-focused product. It's actually absolutely something that's very, very, innovative, different, and our guests love it. B was talking about that 50 years ago. Obviously, we hear Gordon Ramsay about it for the last 10 years. Well, they've been doing it. It's that look and feel. So you have that real connection between the land and the river, and then the experiences off board then are connecting that as well. The culinary on board is connecting it.
She loves the food and the wine.
Yep.
And I found her licking the doors trying to get to the restaurant in the evening. Open it up.
Welcome to Now Boarding.
Hello and welcome to Now Boarding, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of travel, sharing real stories from the people and places that make holidays unforgettable. I'm Phil, the CEO of the Travel Village Group, and what makes this podcast different? Well, we record every episode in just one take. So you get the laughter, the surprises, the unfiltered moments as they happen. And my hope is that these stories inspire your next adventure. And when they do, the Travel Village Group is ready to make it a reality. So let's get started. Today, I am joined by a very good friend of mine, Mr. Chris Townson, who is the MD of Uniworld. Chris, welcome.
Thanks, Phil. Lovely to be here.
I know, you've flown in specially, haven't you?
I've flown across from Australia just to get to Blackpool today.
Whereabouts are you in Australia? Yeah?
Just north of Brisbane, about 40 minutes north of Brisbane. So
yeah. How you cope with this the time difference? Because I imagine when you're going to bed, we're getting up.
Yeah, the time difference is all right. I can manage that. It's just when I fly into Blackpool and it's a bit miserable like this morning.
I just
this 35 degrees.
Just see your private jet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, on the runway. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, you've got a history of been in the travel industry in the UK for many, many years, probably as long as I have. You've now been with Uniworld for 8 years.
Yeah.
Just explain to us what exactly Uniworld stands for. I mean, I know, but for our listeners, what is it about Uniworld that makes it so special?
It's just I'm very lucky to work for a business that is the best of the best in what it does. So in terms of sort of the highest end of delivery of our products, an amazing team that supports that both from a UK end, but our onboard team as well. And genuinely, it's just a joy to sort of talk about the product. It's just unique, it's different, it's not a vanilla price-focused product. It's actually absolutely something that's very, very, innovative, different, and our guests love it.
I think for me, it's a synergy. So, Uniworld is, the foundations of Uniworld have been built on a very strong family business.
Yeah.
With very strong beliefs about customer service, much like ours, my granddad started 4 generations.
Yeah.
Uniworld's very similar, isn't it?
I think that's a really good point. I think that the owners, the Tolmans originally, was a family business. So we had Stanley, who was, and they owned 15 or 18 hotels around the world. So they were hoteliers first. And we had Stanley, the owner, who was front of house, bonhomie, service, delivery. Bringing that to life is just very, very tough. And we had B. Tolman, who was the chef in the background. So she was a chef for 50 years. And whether you want fine dining, the top delivery, or you want the best lasagna, that's great. And talking about local, seasonal, farm to table, B was talking about that 50 years ago. Obviously, we hear Gordon Ramsay about it for the last 10 years. Well, they've been doing it seriously for that time. So it's all about local and seasonal. So they had Red Carnation hotels, some of the hotels like 12 Apostles in Cape Town, the Rubens in London, Ashford Castle in Ireland. Just stunning hotels with the team that delivered an outstanding product, both in front of house and also culinary as well.
Yeah.
So they sort of Stanley bought Uniworld. He had deep pockets back in the day, bought Uniworld, and he just went, "We want to make this the best river cruise line in the world," and that was his focus. And taking all their years of experience and DNA, I talk about DNA a lot, but taking their years of experience and bringing it to the river cruise industry.
But that's important, because you mentioned something which we'll touch on later, which is their experience in hospitality and hotels.
Yeah.
Okay, but for now, what Uniworld has been predominantly known for in the UK for the last, I say probably, since you've been there, you've been eight years now?
Yeah, 8 years. Yeah.
8 years. You've really put Uniworld on the map in the UK, it's fair to say. as a river cruise product, but it is diversifying or expanding, should I say.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the river, because, there is river cruises and there's river cruises, okay?
Yeah.
And we look at Uniworld, people say, why is it the price point where it is, etc.? What makes it stand out? It is extremely boutique, no question about that.
Yep.
I don't know whether I got criticised for saying it was very Laura Ashley in parts or whatever it might be, but internally, your ships are all designed based around the destinations that they're sailing within or to. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think, look, that's a unique approach. But if you're going on holiday to a location, it's about that sense of place. If you're based on land, you want to be connected to the land. So our river ships do that. So if you're in Paris and traveling down the Seine and Normandy, you're on the best Parisian boutique hotel. And the designs around Paris go across to Venice and La Venetia. Again, you have that pure Venetian feel, and go across to the Mekong, and you're on our super ship in the Mekong, and it's akin to Raffles in Singapore. It's that look and feel. So you have that real connection between the land and the river, and then the experiences off board then are connecting that as well. The culinary on board is connecting it. So this is actually about, these are passion projects, no doubt about it, that the amount of time, effort, development on each ship is significant. Where others might roll out 5 ships of the same design all in one go, each ship of ours is completely designed uniquely, and that can go down to the suites. That it would be easy to have 6 suites the same design, look and feel, but no, with Uniworld, we'll design each one uniquely. We'll spend the time and effort on it, and there might be a Picasso in the room, or there might be different designs, and that's what people love. It's just totally unique in terms of our approach.
And he's so about throwing words in like Picasso. You love it, don't you? But actually,
You've got one out, fella. Did you see it?
No, I haven't. But it is true, isn't it? The works of art that you've got on board those ships. They're millions of pounds, dollars worth.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And look, it's the attention to detail. This is a luxury product, so this is about not just about the art, but it's about sort of space and the design. If you look at, again, we have super ships now. Everybody's got a name for their ships. We have super ships. What does that mean? If you look at the market leader with 190 guests on board a ship, a similar size ship for us would probably have about 120, 130 guests.
Yeah.
So you're taking out 60 guests.
Yeah, of course.
What does that mean? That means that we've got, bigger suites, but the public areas are designed in a way, again, back to that sense of place. So, if you're in Bordeaux, we'll have a brasserie at the front of the ship.
I've been there.
Oh, you've been to Bordeaux? Of course you have, yeah. So that ship is stunning, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, the dining room, I was amazed when I went to the dining room, it was like a colonial sort of like blast from the past sort of type thing. It was, but very much in tune with the destination. Yeah. And on deck, I mean, even down to the towels that are on the and the design of the material on the sunbeds.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. Well, it's been designed on Yves Saint Laurent's summer house in the south of France. So that design, look and feel, and again, if you looked at that restaurant is stunning. The Grand Fromage, completely different design than the next ship. Then we have the brasserie at the front of the ship, which again it's serving a 4-course specific French dining experience. And then you go to the Cave de Vannes, has a 7-course dining experience with champagne, etc., and you got Café de Soleil on the top deck. So we've got all these proper multiple venues, and again, I think River is still quite immature in the way it markets in real terms. A lot of people say we've got X number of restaurants, butlers, but genuinely what we have on Uniworld is specific venues that are local and delivering the top level of product. So and again, back to the lounge, there's more space in the lounge because it's taking those guests out. So it's actually about bespoke design and just, but with all that said, feeling very relaxed on board.
Oh, I can absolutely guarantee to our listeners and the viewers, it is very, very relaxed just because it is a premium product.
Yeah.
I was quite comfortable just chilling out. Yeah. In the summer, I had shorts on and, nice t-shirt or polo shirt. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's not what you'd imagine. It's not like going and dressing up to the Queen's Grill every night on Cunard. It's not that.
Yeah.
But the people that are on board, I mean, I met some fantastic people. But it's this whole super inclusivity, isn't it? That people, that's it. You basically leave your wallet at home.
Totally. Yeah.
You know, and I found that me and Mrs. Nuttall, she loves the food and the wine.
Yep.
And I found her licking the doors trying to get to the restaurant in the evening, open it up.
I'll make a note of that now. We'll open the doors earlier for Paula in future, without a doubt. No, look, I think there's two things there. One is our team on board. Again, what's different? They're actually our team.
Yep.
Which might sound a bit crazy, but in the river industry, majority of river cruise lines have a third-party culinary, hotel staff, etc. These guys are our own staff, and
you own them, don't you? In its true sense of the word.
Well, when I joined, the first thing I did was jump about 4 or 5 ships in 2 weeks.
Yep.
I just walked away from there going, wow. Speaking to the staff, I've been on board for 8 years, 10 years, 12 years. Multi-generational families are actually now with us, and with pensions.
Is that right?
We'll look after, yeah, absolutely. So you'd have on Nautical, we've got a father and son piloting the ships, so that's genuinely happening. So
really,
I think it's amazing when you join Uniworld, you're joining something quite special and unique. And again, back to basics. We pension them, we look after them. During COVID, we looked after them. We have over 90% retention rate year on year. So in hospitality, which is decimated, as we know, globally,
yes,
we keep 90% of our staff each year. And if they leave, they'll be back soon. I can tell you that, because it's actually and what does that mean? If you look after your team, they look after your guests. I think Branson says that very well.
Yeah, and you know what? Talk about looking after guests, Chris. There's the dining on board specifically. If I'm going to pick that, when you sit down to eat, I mean, you'd be hard pressed not to find something on that menu that you like. But this is the difference with Uniworld, and I think this is why customers keep coming back to Uniworld. And I want people to pick the phone up and talk to my team on rivercruising.co.uk about the Uniworld product, because if you talk to any member of the crew who are in the restaurant and you've got a question, I would say invariably that the answer is going to be yes.
Absolutely. Always.
And that's, you're not sort of like thinking, oh, should I, dare I ask? There is no question whatsoever that if you feel you need something, or as a condiment, or whatever it might be, or can you just give me a twist on this, or I don't quite like that?
Yep.
Invariably, the answer is yes. And I think that of all things, when you're that defines the difference between mainstream and a luxury product, is the fact that you are not scared to ask something, because predominantly they're going to go, yeah, not a problem. Am I right?
Oh, 100%. Look, I think we're a luxury 5-star hotel. We just happen to be sailing. So if you're stopping in the Four Seasons or a Ritz-Carlton, that's the level of service that we are. We're a Four Seasons on a so that's the reality. So in terms of that sort of focus of delivery and the quality, absolutely has to be top spot on all the time, and we can't let those levels fail.
No.
So no, that's absolutely key. I mean, I think this is also, again, behind the scenes, everybody's, we can have glossy brochures and talk about this, but behind the scenes, what makes us different. If you look at, we have an annual kick-off meeting at the start of the year. We bring 600 staff from around the world. We're in port for 7 to 10 days. We bring all the sales and marketing teams from around the world. So we're all so connected. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But during that 10 days, we are getting ready for the start of the season. So when you're on that first cruise, it's not getting up and running on that first cruise. We're at it.
Yeah.
And the team are totally motivated and driven with all the new things we've been working on previously, enhancements, and we never stop in terms of what we're about. So, just imagine the investment and cost in that. Now, that's quite unique in terms of river, and we're flying everybody in from around the world. We've got all our team there. But then we also have an awards ceremony. So this awards ceremony, you've got 600 people. We take over a massive theatre in Amsterdam. We've got huge screens. We'll try and get some video of it, something for you. But and they'll pop up the best maitre d', A, B, C.
Yeah.
And the whole place just goes on fire because they're all mates. So maitre d', A, B, C. C wins.
Yeah.
No word of a lie. The whole place just rocks and rolls. We're all up off our seats, clapping and cheering and what have you. And this goes on. So we're just recognising our team. Absolutely. And it's really interesting when they pop up. Remember ABC, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years. So you're sort of seeing that confirmation.
Going back to what you said before. Yeah, it's this whole thing. 90% of the people stay with the company.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't it? But the benefit, again, we go back to it. This is the difference between, Uniworld's ethics, the ethos that run the business, the DNA you talk about.
Yeah.
You know, this is why the customers keep coming back.
Yeah.
Because they feel it. This energy is transferred down the line.
Yeah.
And that's what me and Paula are trying to replicate here, you know, with the Travel Village Group.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting people to buy into it.
Yeah.
You know, and understand, you know, the concept of what's important to the customer, to the guest.
Yeah.
If you know guests, you got no business.
100%.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So listen, okay, are we allowed to talk about new ships?
Of course we are. Yeah.
Right, come on then, hit me with it.
All right. Okay.
Because I'm not used to Uniworld new ships, really.
Well,
I mean, you've had a.
we've had 10 over the last 10 years, so it's been pretty good.
I'm just saying, yeah, but you know, all of a sudden we've got an announcement that there's going to be.
Oh yeah, the next steps. Look, I mean, I think
It's not just what is it?
no,
That's what I'm saying.
we're in that next phase of our business and that sort of new era. We're going to be launching 4 ships within the next 2 years. That starts off with super ship Emily on the Rhine and Danube, and really interesting. That sort of we've been talking about that for the last 6 months, and that's now our number 1 ship globally for Uniworld. So our past guests so excited to go, right, brand new ship. They're jumping onto it.
Yeah.
Other guests who've done luxury cruise are absolutely doing a similar thing. This is the best ship on the Danube. And again, total approach that we have. Sense of place. The ship is Emily. Why is it called Emily? Because Gustav Klimt, she was the muse of Gustav Klimt. She had this Austrian painter. So actually we go and connect the land with the river. And the ship has got all Gustav Klimt's look and feel. And then you go off board and we'll go to the Belvedere Palace. And then we go and see the Kiss, private reception. And we'll go and have that link between the land. So again, everything is that sense of place that we do. So everything's connected.
So is these ships, is this growth, Uniworld, or is it replacement?
Yeah.
Or is it a mixture of both?
A mixture of both, yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, but we will be growing. We're bringing 3 other ships in 27, so we'll have super ship Marlena. So again, that sense of place linked to land. Super ship Audrey in 2027, Rhine and Danube as well, and also super ship Raphael in the Douro, sister ship to Sao Gabriel. So yeah, it's just again, the rivers we sail on, best ship on the river, and the best experiences off it as well.
Right. Okay. Which brings me nicely onto experiences off the ship.
Yeah.
So we've talked river, but Uniworld has got this amazing, well, but there's 2 amazing products. You've got the Ultimate Journey collection. Yeah. And tell us how did this come about, Chris? Because I think it was probably a natural progression. I mean, all the Red Carnation hotels.
Yeah.
We've not really talked a great deal about them, if anything. But how did this come about? Because you're now fulfilling what I would call probably bucket list
Yeah.
holidays for people. Some of the I've experienced the train.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Fortunately, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved that. And that was in Budapest, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. But how did it come about? And talk to us briefly about that. I mean, India is a classic example because it's one of the first ones.
Yeah.
And the hotels that you use there.
Well, I'll just rewind a little bit because I think you just talked about experiences off board, and the reality is that we are doing things that, again, the most immersive experiences. These are money can't buy experiences. That's the reality.
And that is again, top tip. We always like a top tip every now and then on the thing. This is money can't buy experiences that you're offering.
Yeah.
So tune in, listen to what Chris is going to say here, because I know some stuff's coming down the line.
Well, look, if you look at our Venice itinerary, that was and again, we're the only cruise in town now since they moved all the big ships away. We're in there and we're going to 4 or 5 ports across Venice and the islands, including Murano. But for example, I think on the second day we go into the Doge's Palace. So you're in St. Mark's Square, one of the most commercial places in the world.
Yes.
But we go in the VIP entry, we walk through the doors, there's nobody there. By the time we leave, and it's all small private guides and all that, that's just the mantra of what we do. It's not 50 people following somebody with a flag. This is about 15 people with a private guide talking you through.
That's a really good point.
And that's just across what we're about. So we go to Doge's Palace, we leave, we see the queue snaking around for people to go into the Doge's Palace on a normal experience.
Yep.
We see other queues going into St. Mark's Basilica during the day, and they're just feeding people through like sheep because it's just very commercial. But then Uni will rock up at night time, and we just take the whole place over to ourselves. So this year in there for an hour and a half, completely there. We go behind the crypt, we have a lighting ceremony. That's what we're about. It's VIP experiences.
Amazing.
And we do that scattered throughout our itineraries. It's about those Money can't buy.
So tell us about the Taj.
Yeah. So well, that's the So sorry. So
No, this is great.
So that's spectacular journeys of the world, and we call it that because they are. We have. If you want the very best tour of India, you wouldn't think come to Uniworld, the river cruise company, but we're so much more than that. And the reality is that we have a 5-night golden triangle. We're stopping in the Oberois. Now I've stopped in some of the best hotels in the world.
Yeah.
And I was there last year, and these just different level. This is Shangri-La, Mandarin, Four Seasons plus. In terms of the quality. So it's not India's best hotels; it's some of the world's. We're in, so we go across in 2 nights in India. We're in the hotel in Delhi. Then we go to Agra for a night, and then we go to Jaipur. 5 nights, 54 guests, maximum 27 suites on there, and it's just VIP experiences galore. But also we'd like to do things a little bit, really immersive. So if we're in Delhi, we'll get this rickshaw ride, and we'll go through the centre of Delhi, and you feel.
I've done it in Bangkok.
Oh, I'll tell you this is different level. This is level again because it's going down the smallest streets possible.
Yeah.
You got a guy doing a rickshaw ride, and that was just amazing. So you come off there, and then you go back to the sanity of your 5-star luxury hotel in Delhi, and have a G&T and relax. But the reality is that then you go to Agra, and we walk through in Agra, and you walk through the doors of the hotel, and you see the Taj Mahal. So we're that close to the Taj Mahal.
Listen, you can picture it, and we'll get a picture, and we'll you'll be able to see it now on screen.
Yeah.
That view of the Taj Mahal as you walk through the doors of the hotel,
It's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
That is different level.
And you've got all the staff there, so you have an entourage of staff welcome you with the garlands, and you walk through. You've made it feel very special. You walk through and you see the Taj Mahal. You're in a Taj Mahal view room. And then so the resort itself is stunning, but you're at the Taj Mahal. Clearly, that's the key. So we actually go an evening viewing at Taj Mahal. Following morning, we pick you up in a private golf buggy at the front of the hotel, drive you around to the VIP entrance, and you walk through again one of the world's most visited monuments. We walk through, nobody there.
No one there.
This is just great. And so
no one there. Taj Mahal.
Yeah. So with some of your team were there last year, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You walk through and you just go, wow.
That's it. Wow.
This is, unbelievable.
This is that money can't buy experience we're talking about.
Yeah. Versus, look, you can go and everybody does the Taj Mahal, but you can do it that way or you can do it that way. Now, if you're going across the other side of the world, and we've seen this as COVID, that guests have come back and gone, you know what, I just want to do these things properly. And, if it cost a few hundred quid more or $1,000 more, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you go into yourself?
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. The guests are coming back and they're seeing that what we offer is amazing. So we've got this 15-day package. We go to Jaipur. I mean, the hotel in Jaipur is one of the world's best hotels. You're in a private villa, etc., etc. We then go on the ship, and the question is, how do you keep that Oberoi standard to the same level? Well, a lot of our team were ex-Oberoi
on the Ganges
Voyager too.
Yeah.
So actually, we can keep that consistent delivery, so you can't slip again.
And the thing is, one of the interesting things is the chance of seeing tigers in India is minimal.
Yep.
Extremely rare.
Yep. But
I know that people, because you're on the boat and you're sailing down the Ganges, and people said to me, saw a tiger. It's like you just saw a tiger.
Yeah.
You'd never see it if you were land.
No. It's so immersive. I mean, that the Ganges experience, you're there for 7 nights, and you've just gone from Delhi full on, Calcutta full on, to rural India, and just completely different side of India. So it really combines the best of both. So that's the 15-day package, the Golden Triangle, and the Ganges. And we're seeing this play out across all our long-haul itineraries. So
where you moved to recently, you got into the blooming Amazon.
Peruvian Amazon.
Yeah.
And that's I think in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that's just our number one long-haul. So that's just gone crazy. But again, this is
that's your picture.
Yeah. So you're doing 16 days. You're across. You're doing the best hotels. So again, you're in the best hotels, VIP experiences.
Yeah.
That's 16 suites. That was so that's ultra neat. You have a suite overlooking the Amazon. You have the top deck. You've got the finest culinary. And again, these are seamless journeys. Forgot to mention that the cruise manager will see you in Delhi or in Lima, and will be with you all the way throughout the journey. So on the land element, through the cruise, and then back to land. And again, so that's really, looking after you in a different way. And, with the Lima and South America product, you're going through all the key areas of Cusco and Lima, and then up to Machu Picchu, combined with this 7-night cruise. And it's more like an expedition, soft expedition.
It's a soft, that's good. It's soft expedition.
You're out on skiffs.
Yeah.
You're seeing the Amazon in the most detailed way. And again, so it's more like a water safari. You go to these small villages, you'll see pink dolphins and sloths and what have you. So completely different experience. And then you end in Machu Picchu, which is obviously, but again, we're in the best hotel around the corner in Machu Picchu. Stupid as.
Yeah.
But then what we do as well, what we're seeing now is the ultimate range. So this is the ultimate South America. So if you're going all that way and you've not done Rio and Iguazu, then why wouldn't you? And we're offering this out, and people, I guess, are just buying it because actually, and even if you've done Rio and Iguazu before, why not do it again? And we stop in the Belmond Copacabana, best hotel in town, overlooking the beach, and they're on the Belmond Iguazu Falls. So bang, there's your 22-day package.
And there's a theme here, isn't there? The best.
Always.
The best. And money can't buy. And that's what Uniworld gives us. And listen, if you're watching or you're listening to this podcast, just drop us a line here. You'll see the email address, etc. You got the phone number, but we'll send you the brochure.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to know more about this, then these ultimate journeys, we'll send you the brochure. Just drop us a line and we'll make sure you get a copy. Absolutely fantastic experience. You really need to try these. So I think for me, Chris, this has been a really interesting podcast, and I think for people who aspire, to do though, everyone's got special birthdays, or special occasions as well, and actually people, want to spend the money before they gets their hands on it.
Pretty much.
Absolutely. Why would you go and do these journeys? With Uniworld. Let's ask you a few questions to wrap up,
Right.
Because it might be a bit obvious. River or ocean?
River.
For you?
Look, I love the ocean. Ocean was my background, but river, just getting on board and just sailing through and just doing it in the ultimate style. Fantastic. It's a great way to travel.
I agree with you. It's our favourite.
Yeah.
It's our favourite. Venice or Vienna? That's a tricky one.
Yeah, tricky. It's like saying which is your favourite child, and it's a bit tricky. But look, Venice. I think I love Venice. Just something special. Well, actually, what we should mention about that is we have a combination cruise as well for 26 and also for 27, where we combine Uniworld with Seabourn. So that's a 16-day package in 2027. That's you doing the Adriatic, and you're going through. So you're going through, Venice. You're doing all the experiences, and then you're just on this luxury sailing. So the complementary brands. So again, that's just a unique experience.
I think for our luxury ocean cruises, that's a great way of testing the water.
Yeah,
because you know what you're going to get with Seabourn.
Yeah,
and then you get on the Uniworld, and it's just going to be, it's going to blow. No question about that.
Yeah.
What do you think's the most underrated river cruise destination? Actually, if I had to ask that question, I'd struggle. But
yeah, well, I'd say, look, a lot of girls.
We haven't talked about the Nile. I think one of the Niles are underrated.
The Nile has
been off them.
The Nile's going mad. So literally, pent up demand. The Gem opened on Saturday.
Right.
The Grand Egyptian Museum. So that is.
Of course, I've read about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the reality is, as we've seen with issues before in different locations, guests now booking this. This. We have 2 super ships on the Nile, and again we combine that with Ritz-Carlton in Cairo, the Four Seasons, and again it's just
And I'm guessing that you'll have exclusive tours into the museum.
Yeah, absolutely. We have all that. We have again, VIP experiences on board. The ships are designed again for the river. So again, if you look at the super ship Sphinx, beautifully designed.
Super ship Sphinx.
No, absolutely. Let's go for it.
So listen, a butler service over maybe a wellness coach. But I think the thing is, when you say butler service, people think, oh well, it's a bit, but it's not like board. We haven't even talked about that. This is we're doing the whole thing of luxury here.
I think some of the Brits,
it's not in your face, is it?
I think some of the Brits are worried about butlers, but they're not. It's understated service. They'll know what within 2 minutes they will understand your wants and needs. They'll look.
I agree.
If you want unpacking and all that type of stuff, or you want your bath running, these butlers are the best trained in the industry. Everything's confidential, so everything from sort of organising your basics through to if you want a Michelin star restaurant booking or what have you, they can organise it. They're super. And actually, I had a funny experience with my kids. I was lucky to get upgraded to a suite, and my 2 boys were with me. And the butler comes in and goes, this is the way it runs, and how whatever we can do to help you. Here's my telephone number if you just need anything. Anyway, I'd had to nip out for a meeting, and by the time I come back, the boys had obviously used the butler service because there was 2 hot chocolates and a bag of sweets so they were sort of fully understanding how it all. So yeah, the butlers are amazing, top level, and our butlers are just butlers, which is something. Again, different river cruise lines say we've got butlers for whatever. No. We have butlers on 4 or 6 weeks, and that's their job, full stop. So they're looking after you to the top level.
What's your favourite Uniworld ship? That's a bit of an unfair question. Or is it?
Well, actually, I think you just mentioned about what river is underrated.
Yes.
And actually, that links with the ship, Bordeaux. I love Bordeaux because I think, look, Rhine and Danube, and again, it's understanding for the guest about what each river can do. And, Rhine and Danube, some of the itineraries are really quite busy. You go down to Bordeaux and you're sailing around the rivers there, and you just chilling out. It's a different, relaxed environment, doing chateaus and wineries and jumping on bikes through wineries and what have you. So again, that experience for me, just very relaxed way of river cruising.
Chris, it's been an absolute pleasure.
As always, Phil.
Thank you so much for coming in and giving everybody a real insight into luxury.
Yeah.
Money can't buy experiences. And actually a full understanding of what Uniworld is all about. And once people understand that now, having listened to us and watched this, and I think, more and more people are going to be contacting us and talking to us about Uniworld.
Well, just talking about that, our repeat rate for this year is 47% of guests, which is industry rate. That doesn't happen. And, and that the reality is that obviously guests are doing lots of different travel experiences, but they keep coming back time after time after time, which tells you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We have a similar thing in our business, and that what you've got to make sure is it doesn't breed complacency.
Totally. No.
And this is why we've got to up the ante. Everybody in my business, me and Paula, we've got to make sure that people are putting the guest first is number one priority.
And well, that's the thing with your team. They're a great team. They know the product inside and out. They've travelled on Uniworld. So when you speak to your team, then most knowledgeable guys around. So absolutely.
Thanks, Chris. Listen, thank you for listening. I hope today's stories have really inspired your next adventure. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode, and follow us on Instagram at NowBoardingTVG, and for all the behind the scenes content. And if today's chat has had you dreaming of your own getaway or bucket list holiday, the experts here at Travel Buddies Group and rivercruising.co.uk, they'll help you turn this into reality. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Chris, thanks ever so much.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.